Hey, what is up everybody? This is J Stewart 00 and I'm bringing you a kit review of the 144 scale high grade Gundam Kimaris from the Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans series, and also the action base here. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Shara's stand plate. This is number 3 in the line. I have not gotten a stand plate before except for this one, and I figured this would be the right kit for the right base. So let's just do a quick around the box thing. So we have the Kimaris here in a nice pose, showing off some of his weapons here. His ninja stars, that's what I'm going to call them. Articulation. Then the pipes going on. His hidden thrusters. His combat knife, if I remember correctly. And just showing off more of how that opens up. A nice pose against the Gundam Barbados. Side here we have this side we just have the Gundam posed, a little info about its pilot, story of the Iron-Blooded Orphans series. And this kit sells for 1,200 yen. And this, I don't want to say it's one of, I know the Gundam Long Range Transporter with the Barbados is the highest price Iron-Blooded Orphans kit so far, including the 1/100 scales, if you want to include that. But this is one of the more, a little expensive, like a couple bucks more expensive of the Iron-Blooded Orphans high grades. This one's number 11 in the line. And also, we got the base here. Just giving you a nice quick look at this. Like I said, number 3. Here they show how to assemble it. The Kimaris with it. Stand by itself. You can even hang this up on a wall if you want to. And this one retails for 500 yen. It's about the same price as a regular action base, I want to say. Alright, so let's go on straight to the review. And here is the Gundam Kimaris. This is not a straight build, I will have you keep that in mind. I decided to do something a little more along the lines of what the Gundam High Resolution Barbados is doing by like having these certain joints in it painted silver or gold and stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. And here's the stand plates. I'd put the Kimaris on here, but I have it on the rotating action base, and this thing is pretty big itself here. So I just thought I'll put him back. I'll put him on this action base so that way you can see how it looks. But I just thought I'd give you a quick look at this. And a nice little thing here. It's like off the side, you get like this little thing here that you could use to equip other action bases too. It's nice that they actually gave you a little storage place, just like this notch right here. Just put it on. There you go. They also have this thing, so I'm not sure if you could like hang other action. Oh, here, let me see. Yeah, you could just have the base itself, just like that. But something that was very interesting to me. I'm not sure how well you're going to see this, so I'm just going to try. But right in here is the manual. And on the back gives you some more info about that stuff. But it's just like, I mean, I had to keep this box nice for you guys. So it's not really something I'm going to complain about, but to those who don't know, the base, the instruction manual is the box. So let me just put this back, and we'll go straight to the review of the Gundam Kimaris. So, as you can see here, we got some looks very nice. For decals, what you're supposed to have is the gold here on the back camera, the green that you see. Just gonna encourage it. The purple here on the head. There. Come on, focus. Purple on the head, the gold underneath here, the eyes, the green here, and the purple on the skirts. I stuck with the purple decals for this kit because, well, I only have a purple metallic Gundam marker, so I was kind of forced to stick with the decals on this. Well, I'm sorry, not decals, the stickers. So it's kind of not too bad as decals stickers. The problem I have mostly with this kit is going to be seam lines. You'll see what I'm talking about later on. So let's just go on to the articulation. So the head can go up that high, really far down, side to side, 360, and do the chicken neck. Now this is where it's going to get complicated with the arms here. So the shoulder armor can move up that high, the arm can move up that high. But you're going to notice that the shoulder armor bumps that head just a little bit. It's nothing too worried about, but if you want to have both the arms up like this, just know your head's you're gonna have to, like, can't raise them up completely. But I also painted the gold here, as you can see. Silver here on the pipes, silver here, and on the thrusters. So keep that in mind. That is not how it's supposed to be. Also painted the black here because they do show that being black here on the box, but yeah. One bend at the joints. It's a little more than 90. I want to say about 100-degree bend. Can rotate around 360 spin. Let's see. Just like the Barbados, it can go forwards and backwards here. Front skirts come molded together. You can, however, separate them. So you could get the legs to kick up and that high. And there goes the arm. And you could get them to go that far back. Got bend here at the knee. I want to say it's about a 120. I want to say it's 120 bend. Sorry, give me one moment here. Toes, they can bend forward, as we see on the box. Can go side, without cracking that open, to a little bit to the side. This part, however, he has his own little individual movement, so you could do some crazy stuff with that front toe. And since it's open, we might as well open this up. You will get some more inner frame exposed. And right tucked away in there is one hidden thruster, and the other is right there. Alright. The front skirts, they can move like so, and do 360. The backpack, nothing moves on this, surprisingly. I want to say that you could hook up the Barbados backpack onto this kit. I do, however, I'm not too sure because this armor is pretty much covering the entire inner frame of this kit. So, yay, that's good to me personally. That is good that if you are covering the entire inner frame of, like, a mobile suit here, especially with Bandai kits. But I do think, however, this one's maybe not so much. Alright, going on to weapons and accessories. The first one we're going to talk about is his lance here. Painted the silver on these, so do not think you're going to get that. Very nice looking lance. I do, however, think that the lance that we got from the Grays that you get for the weapon set 1, I do prefer that lance, to be honest. But something really cool about this lance here, you're going to notice there's a tab, and you might be wondering, why is there a tab? Well, that is a very important thing. Do not cut that tab off. But as you can see, this is the back of the hand cover. You're going to notice there's a little notch here. So what you do, insert that, insert it back into the hand. And guess what? The lance is not going anywhere. And it is very, very secured. Oh. So, as you can see, just gonna try and show off how well the Gundam can hold his lance. It's not too bad. You can hold it still and everything, so that's a good thing. And you're gonna ask, why is there a hole in the back of his back skirt here? Well, that's because you're supposed to have this piece on it. So let's just go ahead and insert this. And then you also get his combat knife here. And some people don't like this. I, however, do. It's a nice way to store it. It flips out and everything. And people say, well, what if he tries to cut somebody with this? That it'll just bend back like that. It's like, isn't there like a locking mechanism that kind of holds it in place? So yeah. Oops. So yeah. And just to store it, there's this little thing here on the end. You'll just slide that in. And there you go. Now let's get to the action base. Alright, for the action base, not a whole lot of articulation. You just gotta take it off and you can insert it into here. You could take it off and insert it all the way back there. Then you got a second one here. You could insert all the way down there and insert all the way back here. And it also has this nice little swivel here. So yeah, not a whole lot to it. It's very simple. But let's go ahead and pop the Gundam on here. Before I forget, I almost forgot. He also has his ninja stars. And this is very nice here. But you just gotta pop this open and, well, see how it's right here? We're gonna use the knife. They're very hard to get out, but there you go. Sorry. Stay together. Alright. And here's this ninja star. You're gonna notice there's a hole here. Well, that's in case if you do some nice, you can probably makeshift an effect part and make this look like it's actually flying around and stuff. So it is very nice looking. And just pop this back in here. Something I will mention, this piece here comes in 2 halves. Why it's in 2 halves, I do not know, to be honest. I put plastic cement in here, so that way the seam line is harder to see and everything, but it's still, this could have been its own one whole piece. So yeah. And here's the Gundam Kimaris on the action base here. I put him in high speed mode just to show you guys what exactly it looks like. In high speed mode, you can't really get his head up. I mean, I tried bending his torso, his chest as far back as I could, and everything. I move the head back as far as I can, but it is still hard for him to look up. Something else I'm going to say here, that the thrusters are literally hitting right next to this back skirt. I'm not trying to get technical here, but if in real life these thrusters would probably destroy his back skirt. So yeah. And here we have the Kimaris next to the rival Gundam Barbatos. Very different looking. When I have these two stand next to each other, the Kimaris, he reminds me of the GPO2. In the way, it was the bulkier of the Gundams from Stardust Memories. Very powerful and still somehow very fast. Versus the slim mobile suits and everything. And as you're going to notice here, the white isn't exactly white. It's more of like a, well, I'm not sure what to call it. It's kind of like a pale, a pearl color, I want to say. It's somewhat of a pearl color without the gloss. And if you're wondering, yes, this is the Gundam from the long-range transporter. So, you know, I didn't do a review of it because by the time I assembled the kit and everything, I felt that it was already too late. But I figured I could still show it off next to this guy. And here we have the Kimaris next to the Gundam Gushan. Even though it does not look like a Gundam, it still is considered a Gundam because of its reactor, and it has the Gundam frame inside it. The Gushan is still the bulkier of the three Gundams kits that we have gotten so far. Well, 4 if you want to consider the Gushan rebake, which I will review shortly here, probably next week. You're going to see he of course is taller and everything, but he does not have the bulk like the Gushan does. Something I kind of wish they did is how they have this thing working out with the Gushan here, of how the back skirt just, you could pull this thing down and put his weapons on. You could have possibly done it on the Kimaris here as well, but fortunately they did not do that. So, at the end of the day, the question is, do you want to buy this kit? Yes. This doesn't have as many decals like the Barbatos here. Plus, it also has a full inner frame, unlike this guy here. And he does look nice. I just prefer not to put him in the long range, or in his high speed mode, preferably. I mean, this pulls right back here on the box and everything. It looks nice. And the action piece that you get with this, that's a bonus for me right there. If I was to give this kit a rating, I want to say I give it a 9. Just mostly because of the seam lines, because like I said, you got the ones on the top of the shoulders here. You also get the ones, focus. You also get the ones here, and on the arms here, but I'm not too sure if those could have been avoided or not. So he does have some seam lines. I could have taken care of all those too, but seeing how there is an entire inner frame in here, I wasn't too sure if I wanted to do that. And to me, it doesn't seem too bad, because I mean the shoulders here, they kind of cover up that seam line and hide it. Plus, when am I ever going to be looking at the back of the kit, except for when it's on its rotating action base and everything. So, hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys later.